Well, hello there, out there in YouTube world. This is Trail Rider 570. Today, got to do a little clutch inspection, some maintenance on the Ranger 570. I'm going to clean the air filter, and I'm going to pull the cover off, and we're going to look at the clutch and blow off the clutch and check everything over in there. It's got almost 3,200 miles on it now, so it's getting to the point now where got to start checking the clutches and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to do today, and we'll get with you in a few. Okay, our plan is to pull this cover off right here so we can access the clutch, the drive belt, and the driven clutch. It's all metric sockets. I am a fan of buying quarter-inch drive sets, and so that's what I did. I had one. So we're going to pull this cover off. And I'll tell you right now, sometimes it can be a stinky dog to get off, but we're going to get her off. This particular clutch cover doesn't come off easy. I'm going to warn you right now. It takes you a few minutes to figure out how to get the stupid thing off, but it does come off. And it's a standard 11/30 seconds. It's not metric. I'm sorry if I said metric. I like to use quarter-inch ratchet, a small extension, and a universal, and you can use whatever socket you want. I just happen to grab a long one. So I'm going to pull these off like so. The universal comes in handy for the one up here. I've already done this, so I kind of know. There's one that's kind of, one or two in the front here, they're kind of hidden, and the universal works great for getting them out. I got that one out, and I believe, yeah, there's one way hidden right down here. You don't have to pull the wheel off to do this. I just did it because it's easy for me. And quite honestly, there's an issue with these bolts, the front two. They are stripped. They've been that way since I bought the machine. So when I go to put it back together, I'll put a little bit of some kind of glue or something in there. There, you got them out. We got a bolt. And at this point, if you don't like, you can take off the universal. We got a bolt. And I like using a ratchet because these are screwing into plastic, obviously, and that's how the front two are stripped out. They probably did it at the factory. Got that one out. In here by the coil spring, we'll get this top one off. Top two off, I should say. That one off. This is just going to be an inspection because obviously I still have a warranty on this thing. So if there's anything wrong with this thing, it's going to get put that together and it's going to go on a trailer and it's going to go in and they're going to take care of it. because I still have warranty on it. What I'm doing, I'm just doing a little maintenance inspection, make sure everything's cool. The problem with getting this clutch cover off is your coil spring, basically, and I quite honestly not going to take the spring off, take the clutch off, so I work around it. Let's see here, make sure we got all the bolts out. I got one more. This one's got a little bit of grease on it because when I grease that, my front drive shaft, it kind of flings it up on it. That's okay, don't rust that way. Reaching in my fingers, if I can get them in here, we'll be all set. There it is, we got it out. I believe that's it. Get that one out, yep, right there it is. Okay, there is a trick to getting this out of here. It's not fun. And it's called patience. We gotta get her back one direction or another. And you just gotta work at it. Sorry you can't see everything on my own cameraman here. Put you like so. Now you know why when they race these things, the razors, they leave these covers off. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're going to get her. We're going to get pry bar. Help me a little bit. I don't want to break it. I'm just trying to get her apart. See the driven clutch. It looks pretty clean in there, actually. I'll get back with you when I get it off. I'm going to start cussing here in a second. Well, we got it off. I just had to be smarter than the average cover. We're going to look at, go like this, so you guys can see. Phone here so I can see make sure my angles are right. I don't drop something on and break the screen a bit. I'm just looking it over, looking the belt, the clutch, clutch weights. the spring. It all looks brand new in here. You wouldn't believe this thing's got 3,000 miles on it. Everything looks good. If we look in the VLEs, it's nice and good in there. The belt's wearing good. I'm going to take some compressed air for a minute here, and I'm going to blow this stuff out just because. Make sure we got all the no belt dust in. So it's going to get a little noisy here for a minute. Sorry about that. That dust you see coming out of there, that's normal. That's just from your belt. That's belt dust. There's nothing wrong with it doing that. That's why I wanted to open it up and blow it out and let the dust settle. Then everything seems good with it. It's still good. Nothing's broken. Nothing's wore. Everything, all the ramps are good. The belt's good. The secondary looks good. It's been, I've had no problems with it. So we'll let the dust settle here. Then we'll put the cover on it, put the back together. Then the next thing I'm going to do is just going to open up the air box and take the filter off and blow that out, and we'll be good. I think I got, just before the snow flies, I'll give it an oil change. Then it'll be good for next year. So we'll just let the dust settle here a minute. So I'll be right back with you in a few. Okay, everything's good. What you didn't see, if you don't have compressed air and you got a leaf blower, I used a leaf blower and went over it. And cleaned it out. So everything's looking good on it. I don't see nothing to worry about. The belt is still good. I ain't got to worry about the belt. I do have an extra dry belt for it. Polaris sent me one. So at this point we'll put the cover back on it. Then they got 2 bolts in the front. I'm going to put a little bit of a glue on them to make sure that they hold in, and then just got to do the air cleaner. So we'll get back with you after we get the cover on it. Okay, guys, I forgot about you. No, not really. I put some stuff on the threads because this is a common thing with Polaris, I guess. When you got plastic, a screw going into plastic. So we're gonna, I put a little bit of the adhesive on them. And actually, if you can do these by hand, don't use no power tools. It's a whole lot better. Don't use electric impacts or not take it apart. And everything looked good in there, which I'm happy obviously, because you know, you get 3,000 miles in something like this in a very short time. You kind of want to, you know, make sure everything's okay with it. And so that's what we did. This is just a cheap 1/4-inch drive set from Harbor Freight. That's what I'm using. I think I paid, I don't know, 20, 25 bucks for it, just that. So I know those aren't really going to tighten up, but once the glue holds, hopefully that'll work. It's all back on, and I didn't need to use a wobbly with a longer extension, so that's something for you guys to know. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to throw the wheel on it, get it back on the ground a minute. Then I'll just service the air box with the old noisy compressed air. So next we're going to put the wheel on it. And this socket set I'm using, I leave right on in the Ranger. So if I go down on the trail, I have a way to do it. If I roll the rod bell like that, I have a way to take it apart. So it's a good idea just carry an extra toolkit with you. Okay, put the wheel on. Get my holes lined up here. Not that this thing is heavy, because it's not. I better raise my jack up just a little bit. Next, we'll find out where I laid my lug nuts. They're there. I gotta clean this thing up today, so excuse it. It's been ridden, been used. At least we know the clutches are all looking good in it. Get my lug nuts all started. When I go back over this, I'll do it off cam. I am going to torque the lug nuts. I'll put a wrench on them to make sure they're all good. I use hillbilly torque. Now I'll put a wrench on there and go 1 grunt or 2. It's better than when I took it in You didn't have to grunt, it was so, wheel was so loose on it, and I brought it back home. That's another story for YouTube world. I don't want to bash on a dealer, only because that's why I'm working on it myself, because I just don't want to take it back home, so. She's on the ground. Next, we're going to go around. We're going to pop the air box off and service it. My lighting here is, you got to bear with me. I have really good LED lighting in the ceiling, but I need to get some additional lighting for down here, so. Go around here. I like to do this from the non-clutch side myself. Here we go. I'm gonna pop. Then we got the light right in our eyes. We're just gonna set this light out of the way. We'll set her up there. There we go. We go over here. We're gonna pop this cover off. And take the cover top off. Then there's a screw, straight slotted screw right here, and a hose clamp. And we're gonna loosen that up. And that's loose. Just pull the filter out. And yes, the clamp fell in the box. That's okay. And what I'd typically like to do, I know you're talking the toolbox right now. I'm sorry about that. What I like to do typically is, this is a new filter. We're gonna have a little noisy machine starter. I'm just gonna explain this. I like to go inside and blow it from the inside out. No, I don't blow it off the outside. Blow it from the inside out. Then maybe I'll finish it off on the exterior. But that way we can make sure we get all the dust out of it. On the outside, put it together. Like I say, it is a new filter. Then, sorry to talk over the compressor. What we're going to do now, we'll go in here. And we go in here, I'm just kind of blow the tap off the engine a little bit. Wasn't too dusty. Of course, we've had some rainy days, so. Then we're going to install the air filter back on. Then at that point, I'm going to turn this compressor off so it doesn't bother us. We're going to go like this with it. I'll just work one-handed. We'll get the air filter over here. You can see the air filter looks good. Then we'll go over here. Grab my clamp, it's down in here. Just like so, we'll slide it on there. Grab the filter, stuff her down in the hole here. And then we just kind of push her up on, just like that. Then we'll get the screwdriver, which I left somewhere. What'd you do with my screwdriver? People's taking my screwdrivers. I put it back. I got a nasty habit of doing that. Okay, then we're going to tighten the screw up, clamp up I should say. Just like that. Then we'll put the cover on. This thing went for well, the videos are up. It ended up being like 3 videos, but I went for a ride with a friend. We did a 55-mile ride through sand and crap. This thing had more sand on it than it ever had. There it is, cover's back on it. Then other than moving it, it hasn't been started, so we'll take a minute. I like to use these. I want to make sure my dipstick don't come out. The dipstick's right here. I am going to order a different oil for this. I'm going to get some AMS oil for it. I'll put some AMS oil in it. I've been running the PS4, the Polaris oil in it. Yep, their oil is good. It's not using a drop of oil, so that's all good. The differentials, I checked them, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago, and they're not leaking or anything. The CV boots all look good, so everything should be fine with it now. There we go. I say a lot. I apologize. If you're new to my channel, if you will, would you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future updates? And I really appreciate you guys for following along my channel. I appreciate all the subscribers I picked up and the views and everything else. And right now I'm working on watch hours. I have like 900 and something, then they're going to monetize this channel. So that'll be cool. And I am working with Kimimoto. I'm going to do that, make this announcement official. Kimimoto, they are ATV, motorcycle, UTV accessory dealer. And I'm going to be partnering up with them for accessories. Star Night, MT, I just did a rear window review, which that window I gave it to a close friend of mine. He has it now, but I did a rear window review for them. So I'm having some accessory or ATV dealers finally contacting me. So my videos must be getting traction to where people are, deciding to check me out. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I've been on YouTube since 2014, and I just started out on it as somebody just watched videos. I made a channel. I put some little videos up, and the channel's still there, but I don't get on it no more. But that's how I started my journey. When I retired full time, I had something to do to reinvent myself. And this Polaris Ranger 570 has been a godsend to me. It gives me something to do. I decided, because of that, I made a channel for it. And people like how-to videos, and that's what I'm going to try to do as much as possible. There'll be some riding videos still, because I know I got people out there who like to see the ride stuff. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm rambling on. I'm sorry. For following along and subscribing. And like I say, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates. And this is Trail Rider 570 signing off. And goodbye, and God bless each and every one of you.